This weekend, candidates enter into battle and the stakes are certainly high for the DA. Depending on who emerges victorious, the results could lead to a huge shift in the party. We now cross to Natasha Phiri, who is covering the story for us. A very good morning to you, Natasha. Won't you briefly tell us what the program for today entails?
Well, very hot morning to you, Pearl, and of course to our morning live viewers. We're crossing to you from the Nkululeko House, which is the DA's headquarters here in Johannesburg and Broome. And of course, like you say, it's a very critical weekend for the Democratic Alliance as the party's Federal Council, those 155 members of the Federal Council will be electing the Federal Council Chairperson. And of course, as you know, it's a very tight race as the four main runners or four contenders consist of the Federal Chairperson, Ethel Chollop, who's actually behind me. I'm not so sure if we could actually get a shot of him there behind me, but we know that, the Federal Chairperson, Ethel Chollop, is also gunning for that position. Former party leader, Helen Zille, is also in the race for that. We've also got the likes of Mike Waters, and for those who don't know who he is, he actually holds the position of the Deputy Federal Chairperson, and of course, last but not least, Thomas Walters, who is the current Deputy Chairperson of the DA Federal Council. But I'm actually joined by Mabine Siabe, who's the Acting Executive Director of Communications. He'll just actually tell us, about the proceedings of this weekend and what the Federal Council meeting actually comprises of. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC. Beans, first and foremost, what are the two main discussions that we're seeing here at the Federal Council over the next 2 days?
Today, 155 members of the Federal Council will converge on Nkululeko House today to deal with two primary matters. That of the election of the Federal Council Chairperson, the vote of which will take place tomorrow, and the discussion around the organizational review. These are very significant points for the organization because it's a moment of change and it's a moment of renewal. And leaving here, we'll be able to go out to the people of South Africa, we'll be able to go to our structures and say that this is the offer for the people of South Africa. But ultimately, we're pulled together by our values of freedom, fairness, opportunity and diversity.
Talking about the organizational review reports, which will be tabled today, it is reported that, Tony Leon and, so some other faction within the DA had said that, or had suggested that Mmusi Maimane actually stepped down as party leader. What will we see come out of that?
Well, today we'll be dealing with that report, so it would be speculative of me to delve into the points of that report. So, at the end of the day, we'll be able to give you a full scope in terms of what the report says.
Beans, just talk us through the position of, the Federal Council Chairperson. I know that there's been so much confusion, around the issue of Federal Chairperson and Federal Council Chair. Just clarify that for our viewers, please.
Yeah, that of the Federal Council Chairperson is essentially at a political level in charge of the administration, the wheels and cogs of the organization, and is a close advisor to the leader of the organization. Whereas the chairperson of the organization, that being the Federal Chairperson, deputizes the leader when he's unavailable and will chair federal congresses and any other duties assigned to them.
So, Mabine, let's just say, so to speak, Ethel Chollop is elected as the Federal Council Chairperson, and he still holds the position of Federal Chairperson. What happens then?
As things stand for now, if he is positively elected, then he'll hold the two positions. But it's also up for Federal Council to discuss whether they want him to remain in the Federal Chairperson position or not.
And tomorrow, the election process, talk us through that.
At 8 o'clock, delegates will arrive and be able to cast their vote. And there are four candidates for the position. And delegates will have to rank from 1 to 4 their favorite candidate.
Okay, thank you so much, Beans. We'll catch up with you later on. Of course, that was Mabine Siabe of the DA. They're just talking us through, the processes of the weekend, logistics, how voting processes will be taking place tomorrow. So 155 members of the Federal Council will be voting for the Federal Council Chairperson tomorrow, which starts at 8 o'clock. And of course, around 12 o'clock, we could be expecting a media briefing from the DA, and that announcement will actually come out as to who the Federal Council Chairperson is. And just, Pearl, this is very important because, as you know, we've recently been seeing Mmusi Maimane making headlines in the past weeks, and it's widely believed that, the position of the election of the new Federal Council Chairperson will somehow impact on the future of the DA, Mmusi Maimane. But I'm just actually told, Mpumi has just told me that Helen Zille is actually walking in, and there you could see her behind me, just wearing a red shirt or hemp and with blue pants, and there she is greeting members and delegates of the DA. But of course, we will give you the latest updates and developments as the day goes by. Back to you, Pearl.
Well, the race for the DA Federal Council Chair is certainly underway. That was our reporter, Natasha Phiri.